Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, almost 20 volt. Hello, Mastertron Tamer here. I've got an unboxing and review for you of a unique product. So let's go ahead and open it up. You can see it here. So it's a power bank, but we're going to see that it's a little bit more than you would be expecting from a regular power bank. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. So, what do we got here? Some instructions. Good. And let me double check that there are no cords hidden away in this box. Yep, I think I see one right here. Alright, so we have a nice USB-C cable that came with it, and that's the extent of what we've got. We've got the instructions, USB-C cable, and this looks like do's and don'ts because it says right and wrong about hooking up some things. So let's take a look at it. So as you can tell, this is much beefier and larger than your normal power bank or emergency power. Let's look at what we've got on here. So we have two of these which are labeled in and out for our USB-C, and then we have two which are 18 watt outputs, and both of the UBC-Cs are rated as 100 watts each. So that's pretty impressive. And for an emergency situation, there's a little light as well. Apparently it has more than one setting. Let me turn that off. There we go. Pressing it also seems to turn on the status bar, which I assume is telling us the state of charge. So that's pretty much all we have for this. So what I need to do is get this charged up for you. I'll get it fully charged, and then we're going to run it through its paces and see what it can really do. I think we're going to be astounded by how many different things this thing can run. But let me go ahead, get it charged up, and then I'll be back for you. It'll just be a second, and we'll try it out with some different things and see how it works. Okay, I've got it all charged up, and we're ready to test it and put it through its paces, so let's see what we can do. I've got a cool little device here which is going to tell us the voltage and current each thing is drawing, and then I'm going to kind of go through them one at a time. So let's do that. Alright, let's see if this is turbocharging. Yep, it does look like it's turbocharging. It's going at around 12 watts. So that appears to work. This is a Motorola phone. Let's try a Samsung pad, which is also something that will turbocharge. Let me flip that around. There we go. See how that works. Voltage did not come up. There it goes. Alright, so it did jump up the voltage, charging at about 15 watts. That's about normal for a turbocharger. So that's good. Let's try an LG laptop and see what we get. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, almost 20 volts. Charging at 56 watts. That's about right for the charger for this LG laptop. So that's good. And finally, let's try something from the Apple family. There we go. It's also coming up to about 20 volts and 55-ish watts. So that's great. It appears to be able to run just about anything and charge at high speed. But let's tax this out a little bit more. So if you can see the top of this, there is a dividing line, and then we've got two connectors on each side. And one's a type A USB and the other is a type C. And I think the dividing line is there to tell us that we need to pick one or the other on each side. But let's test that theory. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in on the one on the right along with that one, keeping an eye on this, and then I'll just plug the phone in and see what happens. Okay, so it went out instantly. It switched something. Yeah, what it looks like is it switched it down to 5 volts. So if you're trying to run both of these, it's going to switch it down on voltage and charge them at about 10 watts. So that's a pretty slow charge at a low voltage. So this is not recommended. Let's pull that out. It's still staying down. Well, let me redo it to see if that changes anything. See if it'll switch back up. I think it's doing it. There we go, back up to 20 volts. So my suspicion is we can use any of the ones on the left side now, and it shouldn't affect that, but let's do it. Yep, so now we're charging the phone probably at the same voltage it was charging when I tested it earlier, around 10. So, and it hasn't affected the laptop at all. Okay, so let's try one more stress test. Rather than plugging in a phone or a pad over here, let's try plugging in the other laptop and seeing if we can simultaneously charge those. Yeah, I think that's going to get confusing. I'm going to put it over here to the left. And plug it in. So, like we predicted with the other test, this is still staying up. It's still at about 42 watts. I'll double check the LG and make sure it is charging. and charging says it's at 88%. So, and it would tell me if it was a reduced power charger. So, that's pretty dang good. So, I think that this is an excellent device. It's very difficult to find even a plug-in-the-wall charger that can charge at the full voltage and current in 2 outlets. And this one can. It says that they're each rated at 100. I know I'm getting at least 40. Now, this tends to taper off when it's fully charged. Let's try the LG and see what the current is we get there. Yeah, so this is much more like 60. Oh, no, that came down to 48. And we should still be able to charge the Mac. Yep, that's the happy noise it makes. So, yeah, again, I think that's impressive. It can charge 2 laptops simultaneously. We could run 2 laptops simultaneously. However, we can't run 4 things simultaneously. If we went ahead and used those other jacks, it switches everything down to 5 volts and becomes a slow charger. But I'm not complaining. That's fantastic that it can run 2 laptops. Or it could run 1 laptop and then turbocharge your phone all at the same time. Like I said, having a device that even plugged into the wall that could do 2 high-powered outputs at the same time is pretty phenomenal that it can do this. I mean, with any product, there's room for improvement. I mean, I would have preferred a digital display on it, maybe a case to carry it in, but those are just wish list kind of things. This is a solid product. It's doing exactly what it should be doing. So I think I can recommend this. And where I would envision this is, let's say you don't want to work in the office today. You want to take a sanity break, and you still want to work, but you just don't want to do it there. And you want to go to the park and feed the ducks, or you want to go to the coast or the lake or the mountains, wherever your happy place is, and you want to go there and take your laptop and continue to run. Provided you can work out your Wi-Fi access, and theoretically that could be tethered to your phone, this would be the perfect device for that type of an application. It has this nice handle on it. You can just grab it, take it, that in your laptop and your phone, and away you go. It can run both of those things simultaneously, and given its capacity, I think you probably got at least a whole day's runtime that you could do with it. So, yeah, good product. I wanted to thank the company again for sending that out so that we could take a look at it. And I hope you enjoyed this, found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and I'll see you in our next video.